Hi, I am Priyabhat. Today I will discuss with you about that some important point regarding GST. Before discussing GST, I will have introduced tax have two types. First, direct tax and indirect tax. In this regard, direct tax have been accessibly paid directly to the government, and the indirect tax accessibly indirectly paid to government. I meaning burden shifted to another person. It indirectly paid to the government by the supplier to the consumer. Okay, then discuss about GST. GST is an indirect tax which would be levied on the value addition done at each stage of production and distribution. In this regard, GST Act 2017 may be defined as GST means tax on supply of goods and services or both, except alcoholic liquor for human consumption, tobacco product and petroleum products. Normally GST is payable when supply is made and payment will be received. GST was implemented in 1st July 2017. It is otherwise known as regressive tax in India. GST passed on 101 amendment in 122 bills of Indian Constitution. Generally, it is four types. GST are four types: CGST, SGST, UTGST, and IGST. Okay. Then discuss about CGST. Central Goods and Service Tax is a tax levied by central government on intra-state level in which transactions take place within the same state. SGST, State Goods and Service Tax, is levied by respective state government of intrastate transaction in which will be take place in the same state. Okay, UTGST, same UTGST by Union Territory Goods and Service Tax, just like SGST. Only difference is that revenue directly goes to treasurer for representative administration of Union Territory. Income from UTGST is collected by UT without state legislation. It is also interest transaction. IGST, Integrated Goods and Service Tax, is levied by central government of all interstate. This is interstate location of the supplier and the buyer in the different country to put interstate level supplies of goods and services. It will be applicable on any supply of goods and services in both case of import of India and export from India. Okay, IGST is the total sum of CGST and SGST. Okay, then slide up to next page. Then discuss about GST rate applicable in India. GST rate normally divided into five types like 0%, 5%, 12%, 18% and 28%. In this regard, GST tax 0% will be applicable to agricultural product which will be totally exempted. I meaning GST will not be charged in this product. Then 5% introduced in a emergency product, 12% essential product, 18% partly luxurious product, 28% luxurious product like AC, TV, television, etc. etc. Okay. Then go to GST Council. What is GST Council? The GST Council has been instrumental in bringing all states on a common page. IT plays a important role in taxation in India. It is responsible for recommending tax rate, tax exemption, and other related policies. Total member of GST Council is 33. Out of 33 member, 28 member represent in 28 states. Near 3 member represent at 3 UT like Delhi, Jammu Kashmir, Puducherry. Next one member represent rest Union Territory, and last one member is importance. This is Finance Minister. Then go for GSP. GST Subhida Provider is allow user to accomplish the provision of GST through the online platform. Through the GST taxpayer or individual can file their return. It is very innovation and convenient method of taxpayer which controlled by the government and operated by MOA. So generally GSP is a Subhida provider. Okay, it is a very easy simplest method to the taxpayer to easily tax paid to the government. Okay, so it is introduced by the government to taxpayer have in innovative and convenient way to pay the central government to tax to not face any problem. Okay. Then ASP, application service provider, is a application service provider is a function to prepare monthly as well as annual GST return on the basis of taxpayer data. It is enable the reconciliation of return timely as well as appropriate credit. It will be linked between the taxpayer and GSP. ASP, normally ASP said it is will be help to the government to check the all the taxpayer data. It will be paid to GST monthly as well as annually GST return. Okay. In this regard, government also track the taxpayer data to use ASP. So many companies also use ASP to track her employees data to pay the GST, and also it is applicable to income tax also only. Okay. Then go to ITC, input tax credit. It is very important concept in GST. Input tax credit is a core provision of GST which help to avoid the cascading effect of taxes in GST. It means when supply or taxable person pays a tax on his output, ITC help to reduce the burden of taxation while paying output of tax. Cascading effect I will be discussed about in the previous video. Then check and on understanding it. Okay, then go to National Anti-Profiting Earning Authority. When government reduce tax rate of GST to reduce burden of taxpayer, in this occurrence, producer increase the product price to large amount of proficiency. In this way, there is no charge in the rate of this product. So government introduced this mechanism under GST law to check the unfair profiting activity by the registered supplier under GST Act. Debit note. It is an important document issued by a seller to a buyer to notify them current debt obligation. It is a simple and legal method by which the value of goods and services allows supplier to pay his enhanced tax liability without changing bill of supply under GST Act. Okay, to understand, let's get an example. A retailer provide 1000 unit to B seller. In this product, B found 500 units are defected. In those case, B return the product to A. In these circumstances, A issue a debit note without changing the previous bill. Okay. Credit note, it indicates a return of fund to the bearer. It is a commonly issue where supply are found to be deficient but defective when the goods are returned by the recipient. A consumer buy a product from Big Bazaar. After buying the product, he found it defected, so he go to return the goods to supplier. In these circumstances, Big Bazaar provide a credit note instant to give the money. What is casual taxable person? It is under section 24 subsection 2. It means a person who occasionally undertake transaction involving supply of goods or services or both in a state or UT due to further course of business and they do not have a fixed place of business. Then most important topic and last part of this video, GST term. The GST term are mainly divided by three types. GSTIN means Goods and Service Tax Identification Number, is a 15-digit PAN-based unique identification number allocated to every registered person under GST, in which first 2 digits represent state code, next 10 digits represent as business PAN number, last 3 digits represent auto-generated code. 2. GSTN, Goods and Service Tax Network, is a non-profit, non-government organism. It will manage entire IT system of GST portal, which is the mother database for everything GST. Government will also use this portal to track every financial transaction to maintain all the tax detail. It is also a part of ASP. GSTR, Goods and Service Tax Return File, means return excess amount between purchase and sale. It is a document that will contain all of the details of sales, purchase, tax collection or tax paid.
Thank you.